Welcome to The Bottom Line, a look at the business news of the day. And tonight we're focusing on e-commerce under the lockdown. And we're speaking to one of the biggest online retailers, Takealot, owned by Naspers. In April, it was reported that Takealot had lost or was planning to lose around 350 million rand in the 3 weeks initial lockdown, as only some goods could be sold. And that was, of course, on level 5 or thereabouts of a lockdown. We've since moved things to level 4. To discuss, we're joined by the CEO, Reid now. Mr. Reid, thank you for being with us. In April, you said that the company was in absolute distress. Just explain Takealot's position right now.
So we're a company which consists out of 3 businesses. That is Takealot, Mr. D Food and Superblist, and at level 5 we only had Takealot selling essential goods, about 15% of our revenue that we normally do, and Superblist and Mr. D Food were completely shut down at that stage.
And right now, I mean, level 4, how has that changed your situation?
Look, it has improved things somewhat, but we have a very particular view on this, and it's not a difficult thing to understand. When we look at our business as an e-commerce provider, and as any online retailer is able to operate today, it's a social distance friendly platform, and they're operating worldwide without any restrictions except in South Africa. And we not only operate as a business that is able to deliver goods to people's homes, but we're also an enabler. So we create jobs in the market. And the government's regulations right now are limiting our ability to operate. And, over the short to medium term, there are going to be job losses, and there are already job losses in the small to medium enterprises who we enable on our platform today, who are not able to operate and not able to sell the goods that they normally do.
Yeah. Tell us what goods you are allowed to sell and what's still, not allowed to be sold. Many are calling for unfettered e-commerce, but let's understand what's allowed.
So right now you can sell basic goods, essential service goods, which are essential goods and services, which include hand sanitizer and the normal dry grocery goods. You can also sell some electronics. You can't sell certain audio products at the moment. You cannot sell fitness equipment. By rights, you can't actually sell books. You can only sell educational books. You can sell winter clothing. You can't sell other clothing. You can't sell large appliances. If you look at our business today, we measure things on what we call stock keeping units, and we're only able to sell roughly less than 50% of those stock keeping units. Another measure of this is to look at the sellers on our platform, and before the lockdown, we had approximately 2,800 to 3,000 sellers. That went down to 500 at the time of the lockdown. And this is not about Takealot at the end of the day. This is about e-commerce in general. It's a platform that creates opportunity. It's the World Trade Organization has just actually announced that e-commerce is good for competition. It creates jobs in the market, and we're in an environment right now where jobs are sorely needed, and we need to hold on to any jobs that are there. Yeah. And it really seems quite daft right now that we're not encouraging e-commerce at this time and actually putting jobs at risk.
So clarify, so you mentioned about 50%, so you mean half of the goods that you would normally sell, you cannot, and you just feel that is patently irrational?
Well, it's completely irrational. You speak to the World Trade Organization. They say that e-commerce should be operating at full gas right now. There should be no restrictions. You have a look in China, e-commerce is operating at full potential. You look at America, it's operating at full potential. Worldwide, it's operating at full potential. We're the only country in the world that seems to be putting restrictions on e-commerce. And it's quite simple. It keeps people away from contact. It allows them to get the goods that they require, and there's absolutely no reason why you can't buy anything online today and why it needs to be limited.
Yeah. I think the minister concerned, Ibrahim Patel, once spoke about fairness, if goods can be sold online but not in physical shops. Just tell us about the people who provide to you. Are they, like I suspect, operating across online platforms and physical shops as well, if they can, I guess?
So the online or the e-commerce market as such is across a wide variety of players. It includes physical retailers who also have online platforms. Then there's the small to medium or enterprises who enable themselves via online platforms. So they use a company like us to be able to sell their goods on our platform, or they use things like WooCommerce or Shopify to create their own sites, and they sell themselves and deliver to customers using courier companies, all in a very safe and hygienic manner and something that is social distance friendly.
What has happened to your workers? I'm sure there are many people involved in packaging these goods. Just tell us if you've had to furlough anybody, and are your workers also protecting the clients when they deliver the goods?
Well, let's talk about the protection of the workers first. We actually had the Western Cape government at our warehouse today in Cape Town. And we've been, from day one, we've put protocols in place that are best in class. So we have temperature sensing at the warehouse when you come into the warehouse. If you're found to have a high temperature, we have a nurse on site. And we deal with the cases as and when. We haven't had any COVID positive cases in our organization to date. We have hand sanitizer available and freely available. We have masks which get cleaned daily and given back to the employees the next day so they're properly sanitized. And we also spend a tremendous amount on transporting workers to and from our warehouses to make sure that they're in a vehicle which has enough space to make it social distance friendly. So that part of the business we look after very carefully. And then on the logistics side, when people actually deliver goods, they're delivering goods in a social distance friendly manner. So they sanitize the goods themselves. They will sanitize their hands. They have free access to sanitizer as well. They have masks. And you'll see there are videos around already where couriers and our staff essentially are delivering goods. They put the package down in front of the house. They step away from the package, and the customer takes the package. So it's a very, very sanitary and hygienic way to do business, especially at this time.
All right, we'll leave it there. Another e-commerce company calling for unfettered e-commerce, saying they operate at about half capacity right now. That was Takealot CEO Reid.